From the KD After Dark World Headquarters, this is your host, KD. Welcome, Mr. and Ms. America, all ships at sea, all sods, everywhere. We'll begin with an excerpt from Mr. Timothy Leary. After a while, Betty left. She winked at me. After a couple of minutes, I nodded to Tom and walked down the hall to the big testing room. Betty was waiting for me behind the corner alcove. She threw herself in my arms and squirmed and wiggled. Up came the sweater, no bra. That's a good sign. She pulled my head down to her saucy breasts. Her skin was hot, starting chills in my spine, contracting my stomach, expanding my cock. Listen, I bleated, we can't fool around in here, and Tom's giving a test in a few minutes. Come on, baby. Nothing's going to stop us. From the lunatic maniac mind of Mr. Timothy Leary, doing time in jail for God knows what. The name of the book is Flashbacks. Here's a flashback for you. Cheers, everyone. I'm so excited. I woke up this morning. I didn't get myself a beer. That's the doors. I woke up this morning and I have 29 subscribers. That is just so exciting to me. 29 people check in or think enough of me to actually subscribe to a channel. What a rush, as the Road Warriors would say. Time for a little show and tell. I am a huge fan of Scripto VU lighters. Oh, KD, what's that? You got to go back to my childhood. See the fishing hook? Well, anyway, they would sell these in gas stations. I'd always see them, and it was always like your eyes are drawn right to them. But anyway, of course, it had lighter fluid filled up in there, but you can see when you're about to run out and reload it. Well, these were big. And I always wanted one, not because I smoke, but just because I just liked the design. And so many years later, of course, after they're defunct and you can no longer buy them, I've got some off eBay. But anyway, I love this one right here. It still strikes. It can hold lighter fluid for a while, but some of the O-rings and gaskets in it have started to rot, as you can imagine. This is probably 1970s issue, I'm thinking. I have one more VU light. The Dice. This one just, if you pour a lighter fluid in, it just pours right back out the O-rings and actually the plug in the back. But what a design. What just screams made in America? Why don't KD put on his own version of this? These are beautiful. Anyway, it's a thing from my past that I love. And I love a lot of things, including my morning coffee. Ah, that's good. You wouldn't think instant coffee would sound that good. I want to show a couple of magazines that I inherited from my brother. Now, Mr. Malcolm Kent's going to love this. Trouser Press interview with William Burroughs. Oh, it's good. Anyway, I got this. Trouser Press, that was one you kind of had to look for a little bit. Cream and Circus you could get pretty easy, but Trouser Press was a little more difficult. And the last thing, hold this up. I got to hold the place in there because I'll read something from here. Cream magazine. I kept several of Scott's. This is from I thought I had a date. September 1972. So there's a record review in here that's pretty incredible. And I think I'm going to read a minute of it. 1972, and the review is If an Angel Came to See You by Black Oak, Arkansas. What I love about these cream writers are, across the board, like this guy's name is Buck Sanders, who reviewed this. But here's how he begins his review of If an Angel Came to See You, Black Oak, Arkansas. What we have here is a rock and roll singer, Mr. Jim Dandy, combining all the more finely gross elements of Peter Stampfel, Captain Beefheart, Dr. John, Zappa's various backup hoorays, and David Clayton Thomas. All right, sounds complimentary, right? And then he just switches it all around. In other words, his vocals suck with a mighty reaching persistence that leaves you somewhere just short of being absolutely amazed. Except for the David Clayton Thomas tinges. Well, tinges, I should say. David Clayton Thomas was a great vocalist with Blood, Sweat, and Tears. I like David Clayton Thomas. So anyway, the whole review is just like that. It's sort of like, he's amazed, it's great, and what a piece of shit this is. But that's Cream magazine for you. So anyway, I'm a fan of Cream. I kept several of Scott's creams for myself. Look at that, 1972. When everything was new and fresh and beautiful. Or something like that. My cooking show went off great yesterday. I'm planning another one today. I think we're going to cook possum today. Or maybe we'll talk about cooking possum. Oh, don't think I don't have recipes. And don't think I don't have canned possum. Well, so they say. I have to wander the earth now. It's time for me to leave. So to Mr. and Ms. America, all ships and seed and all sods everywhere. Thank you for your support. Thank you for having 29 subscriptions. It means a lot to me. I've never had anything like this, so it's all new. I shall wish you a great day, and I'll return later on with Cooking with KD, episode number 2. Have a great day, everyone. And wander that earth and get into adventures. And if you can, include me in your adventures.